I brought the chewy ones. He brought the rock ones.
All right, we are live. We are here. We are nationwide with national syndicated columnist Jerry Keplinger.
Hey. There you go.
How is everybody today? It's sunshiny again. Yay. We have Mr. Tom Breckle,
This morning was beautiful.
EMA.
You have anything to do with the weather?
No, that's entirely the Weather Service. I can give you a phone number you can call. You need to put your weather request in 30 days in advance. Now, anything 5 days or under, you need to contact your local priest or pastor and put an emergency request in through there.
Now, I'm going to tell you about my weather. Here's the way you do the weather, folks.
I know.
You look outside and you see, okay, that's the weather today. And then you look at your radar, and that gives you the best indication on, because everybody forecasts radar, or forecasts weather is
You're not the guy with the
crazy.
string, that if the string is wet, it's raining. If the string is
Well, that works good too, but no, I'm not that guy. If the string's blowing back and forth or this way, you know which way the wind's coming.
My wife can sense when weather's coming in, so I just ask her what's hurting.
Oh,
Yeah.
She can tell you what it is.
There
A
you
lot of
go.
people are like that. You're right. You're right. But we are supposed to get rain, I believe, tomorrow and Thursday. And somebody sent me something about a bad weather day Thursday. Was that
Friday.
you? Friday. Was that you?
Not yet. I posted it to our Facebook. Probably send out something a little later today when
I
we have
think I
more
saw it
information.
already. You sure you didn't?
I sent something out earlier in the week, but it was just
Okay.
kind of a heads
it was a
up.
hot mic thing, Charlie.
Yeah.
Be careful. You saw what you did to your mic a minute ago.
No, we won't be using that mic after the show.
A little moist.
Sunday's looking good though. Saturday
Yeah, a little cast, a little holdover from Friday.
But-
So
could be no rain, could be some rain, right?
later in the day, be a little better. But I'm not the National Weather Service.
He's not the National Weather Service.
He posts about weather all the
Put him in
time.
front of a green screen.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of Al Roker a little. Bald head.
I was
the bald
gonna-
head.
yeah.
The bald head. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
the tan gives it away.
Yeah. You said that, not me. Oh my. But anyhow, we do have some.
Breaking news.
We have some news which I've had to go get to because unfortunately I didn't get the chance to write it down this morning.
Well, when Kevin Martin comes on, we have to note
Show that we have 4
we have
cups.
4
Yes.
mugs now on
Yes.
the table.
That will make him
Upstairs,
happy.
he's got another mug and brought it down. So, Kevin Martin, we have 4 mugs.
That's right.
There
We're
you
in
go.
balance. We're in balance.
Says on here, you wake up Wilmington. I didn't do that this morning. Wake up Wilmington. Rick Astley is getting the last laugh. The singer's Never Gonna Give You Up, a 1987 hit that found a second life decades later through the Rick rolling prank, just crossed 1 billion streams. 1 billion streams. That's a great campaign song. Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down. It's a great song. I
For
like it.
campaign?
Yeah, think about
Are
it
you
for your
using that
campaign.
for your campaign, Charlie?
No, I'm not. Right now, I am not
wanna announce
campaigning.
yet, Charlie?
You know, no. You know what? You know what?
This is some hot news.
No, it's not hot news.
This will really be
I
great.
don't know what's going to happen, so we're just we're
Do
going
it,
to lay
Jerry.
in the
Do
weeds.
it. We know you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Do
think-
it, Charlie. Do
I
it.
think there'll
We
be
know
some
you can
people that
do it.
will do it. You know, maybe. But yeah, there's a mess going on up there in Sabina, and I'll just leave it at that. Canada Dry is no longer the biggest winner during turbulence. Dollar General reported better than expected Q1 earnings yesterday. Dollar General's the place to go, folks, and raised full year estimates. It was
Just don't
Dustin.
drink the water.
Remember, Dustin was
Just don't drink the water.
Dustin. They got good water in there. They got this pina colada water.
What was the last time you drank ginger ale or ginger ale?
Ginger ale. You know what? I almost bought one a couple days ago, and I put it up. Yeah.
Kevin says, I noticed the 4th mug I didn't want to Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, Dollar General said sales jumped 5% last quarter, 9.9 billion during the previous quarter to 10.44 billion during a quarter, while customer traffic dropped slightly. So we're going to probably blame that on tariffs too, I guess. The stores do well when everyone's nervous. Everybody's afraid to go spend the big money, so they go to Dollar General. I have nothing wrong with Dollar General. I liked Family Dollar when it was in Sabina. The thing about vacations is funny because we used to start counting how many Dollar Generals we'd see because they're everywhere.
Oh,
Frankie,
yeah, right.
Is that false advertising?
Frankie Wolf.
Good morning, men.
Good morning, man. That's good. That's good. Things are good now for Dollar General. Low-income shoppers, households earn less than $30,000, make up about 60% of its customers. The company said worsening tariffs, here we go, fears could exacerbate its growing financial strain on shoppers. And there are only so many cheap holiday-themed wreaths that can make up for it. There you go.
Speaking of tariffs, did you hear what they're saying about the fireworks this year?
No.
Where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I guess because they figured the timing of the tariffs, they cut back on production, so there's not that many to get here in the first place. But
There's a fireworks shortage.
the tariffs went from there was a 5.5% tariff, then it went to 20% tariff, and then with the Trump tariffs that they got now, they went up 150%. The tariffs was 150%.
I don't even know where these tariffs are because 1 minute they're 5%, the next minute there's 150. I thought they dropped them back. You know.
I don't know, but this was a
Are there really even tariffs, or is this all made up? Now, how do we know?
Really,
Have you seen any tariffs in your bank account?
I have not.
I'm thinking that maybe this is just all poppycock.
I don't know. What do you think about tariffs?
I think it's a tool. I think there's going to be some churn. I think people want it to be a quick silver bullet that's going to solve everything, and it's going to take time.
Right.
People aren't looking at what has been going on for the years previous to this.
Against
we were
us.
paying, we were
Right.
paying tariffs in other countries, so our products were being sold at a higher price. We're a little bit more disadvantaged. I understand what's trying to be accomplished, so I am giving, benefit of the doubt. But you notice you're not hearing egg prices anymore. You're not hearing a lot of other costs.
$2.99 a dozen again.
Gas though today was a little interesting because some stations are still down about $2.78, $2.80 right there, but then some have jumped to $3.19 this morning.
Well, they're just price gouging right now.
Yeah, because
the stations price gouge every so many weeks.
there was a big jump in the price
And some of them.
the barrel, but that big jump was still only $65 a barrel, $67 a barrel,
Which is still
which means the
very low.
price should be down around $265.
Well, which it
rather
would be
than
if you didn't have
$3.19.
taxes.
Tilly says we don't need fireworks anyway.
Well, pro tip in my family, tannerite works as a firework.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
We talked about that before on here. Musk calls President Trump's spending bill a disgusting abomination. But Musk has got to realize they still got to work with the Democrats, and the Republicans like to spend that money too.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, identify which Republicans. Are you talking true conservatives or are you talking rhinos?
Rhinos.
But bottom line is,
Rhinos.
everyone that's elected wants to bring something back to their area.
Right.
That bridge to nowhere.
Well, and it's just a shame because everybody, the Democrats are totally against it. If this was really a working government, they should be brought in. Everybody should be working together for everybody. Right now it says, well, we got the majority, so we're going to. But they can't even solve it themselves yet.
But is Canada still another country?
It is. It is.
Inside joke.
Yep. Shame on those who voted for it, Musk said, because there is a group in the Senate that kind of agrees with Musk. So we'll see what happens. Meta makes 20-year nuclear deal.
Oh, they're now negotiating nuclear deals?
Meta is taking the only nuclear option that's not capping your daily Instagram time at 30 minutes. Yesterday, the tech giant signed a 20-year electricity deal with Constellation Energy, the largest nuclear power operator in the U.S. Meta won't actually use the energy. Constellation will deliver electricity on behalf of Meta to the local grid, helping the tech giant maintain its decarbonization goals. despite its AI energy gluttony. You guys were talking about that yesterday. I guess AI takes a lot of energy, you said, right? Stephanie Morton, there's the best cookies in the world right there.
Facebook on nuclear.
I don't know. My mom makes some pretty good oatmeal, and my wife makes some killer snickerdoodles.
Well, you need to bring them in, because we could tell you. She makes chocolate butterscotch chip cookies with salt on them.
You lost me a chocolate.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't eat chocolate, peanut butter,
Coke, that's
Vegetables?
got cocoa in it.
in a refined form.
What does that say? A friend?
Friend, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a on-off slider on the side of the can? What's that about?
It's for these kids these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else we got? President Trump is an atomic energy alloy, recently signing 4 executive orders aimed at quadrupling stateside nuclear capacity by 2050. All right,
For nuclear? That's what we're talking about?
snack wraps are back at McDonald's. Chicken wars are beginning with the new snack wraps.
Chicken wars?
Yeah, that's what it says. Prime number, 7% of olds use cannabis.
Used cannabis.
Use cannabis.
What's used cannabis?
Like
Is it recycled?
How do you recycle cannabis?
Well, you
Older
pick up all
Americans'
the little
use of
buds and-
marijuana surged 46% to a record high between 2021 and 2023. As more states legalized the drug and it became more socially acceptable as a treatment for pain and other issues. As of 2023, 7% of Americans 65 or older said they use cannabis, up from 4.8% in 2021. Rick, do you use cannabis?
No, I don't, Charlie.
Jerry, do you use
I
cannabis?
did briefly during about 2 years of my life in my 20s.
When you're, I was going to say, back in college or something?
Yeah, well,
So now you have to worry about old drivers that are now high?
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather have a driver I think it's high than, have you seen all these driverless vehicle things that are out there now?
I have more faith in those than I do a lot of the drivers. I pull up to a roundabout, I look the opposite direction because I just don't trust people these days.
Oh, yeah.
it's funny the people that are intimidated by roundabouts.
Yeah.
They just go on and on and on about them. It's a roundabout. It's really simple. In fact, I think it's very efficient because you don't have to stop. You know, you've got traffic flows better.
I came up to one the other day, and literally there was people stopped at 3 different points
Parts of the round.
coming
That's
in,
the problem.
and I'm thinking,
they
what
stop
the hell
and
you
they're
stop
not-
for?
You know, you end up, running into the back of these people.
Well, I tell you what, yesterday we about ran into somebody. We're going down to Chubby's. What is that? The back road there, 730 is that what it is? 350? I don't know. Heading to Lake Cowan, Blanchester, the back way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyhow,
350.
we're going, and I mean, we're right up on this intersection, and this guy's got his damn dog.
Just don't indicate.
He's got his dog in the driver's seat with him, and turns right in front of us. He didn't even see us. Now we honked, laid on the horn, and we were in the police cruiser, so they were thinking this probably the guy just flew, just took
I
off.
thought that people were not supposed to actually have their phones in their hand.
This wasn't phone, but his dog. It was a big
No, I just
Labrador retriever.
I see more people on their phone and distraction. I had this lady. She just like I didn't even exist. She just pulled in front of me and she was on her phone
Yep.
just chatting away. And
Yeah. Oh no, it's bad.
I had a good one this morning. I'm coming up past the plaza, and a police cruiser's coming the other way. There isn't wasn't any traffic hardly. Police cruiser does a U-turn. I'm thinking, uh-oh, here comes the lights on, and he's going the other way. Nope. He made a U-turn, pulled up, the light turned red, he stopped at the light, he's sitting there, and I'm thinking, what?
so he just put the lights on to make
He didn't put the lights on, he just did a U-turn.
oh.
He didn't signal, he just made a U-turn. He just come out of one lane, made a U-turn, and went back up, the light turned red on him, he just stopped at it, and I'm thinking, what was
Now,
that?
I'm the last person trying to make any, trying to come up with these stories about why someone did something. But in that other driver's defense, maybe it was the Labrador's turn to be the designated driver
yeah,
and say, just, hey, get the better driver, the safer one.
The
up there.
Labrador would have been dead if it had been 2 seconds later, because that's how close it was. I mean, people, be smart, you know? Look, you know, we're taught that when we're 5 years old. Look, before you cross the road, look both ways. You
Tell
know?
people to be smart is kind of like telling people not to do dumb things.
It is.
Exactly.
Very true, very true.
All right, let's take a break.
Take a break and we'll got a little bit more news. Not much, just a little bit.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
As well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report. News the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. It's an effort to warn wild weather worrywarts, a new initiative coming before Congress to force thunder to roll before lightning strikes.
a shocking proposition that is sure to spark some debate, with a 70% chance of failure sweeping in overnight from the Dakotas.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Stories we make up just for you, and the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater, Ohio's hometown theater, every Monday morning on the Murphy Report.
Find us on the Murphy Theater website and on our own YouTube's channel.
You know, Steve, I was once struck by lightning.
Oh, really? Any after effects?
Yeah, every time I sneeze, my garage door opens.
I had something similar happen to me. Every time I bend over to tie my shoes, I rip my pants.
Oh, from a lightning strike?
Yes.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
The reason to dislike the University of Michigan also, I don't know if you guys heard, but some Chinese followers smuggled in some biohazard like agriculture stuff. Did you see that?
It's like a fungus among us.
Well, there's two different kinds. Yeah, one's a fungus and the other one, I can't remember what it was, but
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different variations that have been used for warfare going back to the early World War II to the present. One of those is like wheat rust, where they have it weaponized, and it's very difficult to detect. There's not a lot of tests outside of a laboratory that would allow you to be able to do that. But think about our community, how important agriculture is.
oh yeah.
You know, that could impact our industry and our county very quickly.
That would qualify as bioterrorism.
Yeah, that's what they're
Yeah.
being
But what does it
arrested.
have to do with U of M? If they were going there?
That's where they're going to work on this stuff.
So you're saying they were actually doing something like cheating?
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. What else is brewing? Here we go. Ford sales jumped 16% year over year in May, the third straight month of double-digit increases after the automaker began offering employee pricing on certain models to all customers.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Reduce your price and sell more vehicles.
Of course.
Yep, McKinsey's generative AI platform has taken over some tasks that had typically been done by junior employees, Bloomberg reported. The New York Knicks fired their head coach, Tom Thibodeau, after the NBA team reached the Eastern Conference Final. losing
Who
in
they
6
eliminated by?
games.
Oklahoma?
Pacers.
Pacers.
Pacers, yeah. Lee Jae-myung, the leader of South Korea's liberal opposition party who survived an assassination attempt last year, won the country's presidency in a snap election yesterday.
This is North Korea?
South.
South.
South
Lee Jae, no, because he won North Korea, they just killed him.
I was going to say, yeah. Put it to death.
Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune will stream on Hulu and Peacock the day after episodes. Woohoo! Okay.
That's exciting.
Yeah, isn't it though?
That's one way of getting those
Watching
several
day
percent
old-
cannabis older users watching streaming services rather than
All right.
normal TV.
Game show.
It's about those damn
We have a-
donuts. You know, Rick? About like those donuts.
We have an early morning quiz for you guys, and this is right up his alley, so that's why.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you weather questions. That's
Oh,
right.
I thought it was
All
fireworks.
right, here we go. The let me see, where's that here? Identify. No, that's not. The following clues lead to a 2-word answer. The first starts with A, and the second starts with I.
All of these.
Don't worry,
A and I.
none will be artificial intelligence. Okay.
All right,
So here we
that's
go.
not an answer.
H5N1.
Avian flu.
Avian influenza. See, that's right up his alley.
Man, so smart.
And what you might end a meet is what you might end a meeting with.
Grenade.
AI.
Oh.
That's a G.
AI. This one's a little weird, but okay. So what you might end a meeting with, and blank item. I'll give you the second word. And
Item is the second word.
yeah, and
I was
Throw
just.
your arm out.
action item.
Oh.
That was dumb.
This is really going.
I thought you end the
that
meeting.
One, that one was. I agree.
No, it's
that one was
adjournment.
Yeah.
dumb. That was dumb. That's what I said. Hey, a former Philadelphia 76er who won 4 NBA championships and was the MVP in 2015.
I don't follow basketball.
And I've never heard of this dude, so
Artemis.
I was going to say Allen Iverson, but that's not it.
Artemis.
Andre
Ignatz.
Andre Iguodala. All right, here we go. Let's do the next one. The album that
You're
contains.
on a roll, Charlie.
I know the album that
We
contains.
should have done
the
this day in
song-
history.
Hey, we'll do that in a minute. The album that contains the song "Wake Me Up When September Ends."
What's the
Green
question?
Day. Green Day.
What's the question?
The question is,
What's the
the album
That's AI.
that contains the song "Wake Me Up When September Ends," and it's Green Day album. I'm giving you the band too. One of their probably
Oh,
most
that's pretty
famous.
helpful. What the hell is happening?
I only answer questions dealing with Iron Maiden, Ozzy, Motley Crue, AC/DC, and ABBA.
You don't like Green Day? ABBA. I never took you to be an ABBA guy. Well, anyhow, I did know this one. American Idiot. There you go. All right, last one.
Wow. Wow. How apropos, Charlie.
In Tylenol, it's acetaminophen. And Allegra, it's fexofenadine. AI, it's the what?
AI is the what?
Yeah, what is it? AI is the answer. In Tylenol, it's acetaminophen. And Allegra is fexofenadine.
Active ingredient.
There you go, active ingredient.
Oh, wow, we got one.
All right.
One out of
Yeah, you got
five.
two.
Not bad.
You got two.
Jeez.
You got two. You got the H5N1. Yeah, but you got that right off the bat. And I thought the rest of them were going to lead that way. That's the problem with me not writing it down. Sorry about that. All right, Jerry, what
What?
about today in history?
No. Oh, this day in history. This would be June the 4th.
All day.
Yeah, all day. In 1812, the Louisiana Territory had its name changed to the Missouri Territory.
Why?
Don't know. They just got tired of being Louisiana Territory. Yeah.
You need the details behind the details. So is it now called the Missouri Territory?
Okay, huh?
Is it the Missouri Territory now? Or
No, it's probably, let's see, the
United
state
States
of
of
Missouri. Let's see what all's out there.
Kansas, Iowa.
Yeah.
All right.
Kevin, if you're there,
Jerry needs bailed out.
You know he's there.
save me here, Kevin. Why did they change the Louisiana Territory to the Missouri Territory?
He says, "Oh boy, hump day quiz."
Okay,
He's talking about Charlie.
In 1816,
Green Day lead singer is a Trump hater, Charlie. Springsteen, he's a Trump hater.
I just like, I know, I don't like Springsteen either. Green Day, I'm not a big fan. That just was one of the things, that's all.
in 1816, the Washington was launched at Wheeling, West Virginia. It was the first stately double-decker steamboat.
Stately?
Stately.
What does that mean?
That means that it had a deck that was just dedicated to passengers. The top deck was dedicated to the passengers, and the reason they call staterooms on a steamboat is because they're all named after states. And I didn't know Wheeling, West Virginia was known as the birthplace of the American steamboat.
I didn't know that either, Jerry. That's pretty.
And on the maiden voyage of the Washington,
It sang.
no, it had a boiler explode
Well, that's worse.
down by Marietta, Ohio.
I've heard that place.
And they all they did was repair the boiler, and they went on with their trip.
Very brave of them.
They were a tougher bunch back then.
I know they were.
Yeah,
Those people that trekked across the country.
What year was that?
1816.
Yeah, it just goes, boiler. And the boiler of the boat, I always think of my uncle. That's how he got killed in World War II. They were on a ship, and the boiler blew up and blew the whole ship up.
Coal powered or what?
I don't know what it was. I should learn more about it. But his doesn't say KIA. It was DOD, not killed in action, but died on duty. Which is, you don't see that very often.
In 1896, Henry Ford made a successful test drive for his new car in Detroit, Michigan. He called the vehicle a quadricycle.
Quadricycle?
Yeah. It's
Because-
4 tires.
4 times.
Yeah.
So that eventually became a car?
Yeah. In 1911, gold was discovered in Alaska's Indian Creek. In 1919, what?
Kevin Martin says, hell if I know. Good answer, Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin, that sounds like the answer I give.
That is the answer you give.
Yeah. In 1919, the U.S. Senate passed the women's suffrage bill. In 1924, the Eternal Light was dedicated in Madison Square in New York City in memory of the New York soldiers who died in World War I. In 1942, the Battle of Midway began. It was the first major victory of the American over Japan during World War II. The battle ended on June 6th and ended the expansion of Japan into the Pacific. In 1944, the U-505 became the first enemy submarine captured by the U.S. Navy. How about that? Yeah.
Missouri Territory was originally known as the larger Louisiana Territory since 1804 and was renamed by the U.S. Congress on June the 4th, 1812 to avoid confusion with the new 18th
Oh,
state of
there you
Louisiana,
go. That makes
which
sense.
had been admitted to the Union on April the 30th, 1812. Kevin Martin explained.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks for bailing Jerry out.
That's right.
And what, 35 years later, we had A1 steak sauce invented?
I don't know.
1865. Yeah.
In 1974, the then Cleveland Indians had a 10-cent beer night.
Oh, wow.
Due to the drunken and unruly fans, the Indians forfeited the
Cleveland?
yeah.
Imagine that.
They forfeited to the Texas Rangers. Yeah.
They had to escort the Rangers to safety, and the Indians surrounded them, and
Yeah.
they had baseball bats, and were just swinging to clear a path. It was amazing.
Were you there?
I wasn't old enough. Well, I could have been there, but I wasn't old enough.
Well, that's how they got the name after that, the Guardians.
Oh, yeah.
in 1974, Sally Murphy became the first woman to qualify as an aviator in the U.S. Army. This one here, I had heard this, and there's still question about how many people really died in this. In 1989, in Beijing, China, Army troops stormed Tiananmen Square to crush a pro-democracy movement. It's believed that hundreds, possibly thousands of demonstrators were killed.
That was the famous, with the guy standing in front of the tank.
Yep.
They've never,
Put a flower in the end of it, didn't he? Remember that?
No, that's the piece, Nix.
I think he did. I think this guy did too.
Oh, yeah, chopping
Did he get
bags.
run over?
I think he put a flower in the end of the
I
tank.
don't think the turret can actually come, or the gun barrel can actually depress
Would come that low.
that low.
Yeah.
They
I was
can't
thinking
fire
it
and
did.
deflecate. Or
I may be
deflecate, yeah.
wrong. I may be wrong.
but that
For some reason, I
You
remember.
had your gummies that morning.
they've never,
never had any.
you know, they've never said how many. They think that there was way more many people killed than what China was in.
You can't
Right.
believe anything China says. I said that. That's the second time I've said that this week. It's like Trump's going to meet with China. Well, who cares? They're going to do whatever they want anyhow.
And that's the truth.
I mean,
They don't listen. They're
you know.
Little fun fact or pro tip. If you're ever in an international discussion group online and you can see a list of all the people that are in there from different places,
Yeah.
if you type in the word Tiananmen Square, because of the censors, they will automatically cut the internet for anyone that is in their country that is in that group, and they'll have to reset like 10, 15 minutes later. So if you do that and you see a bunch of people disappear, you can guess where they're from. I do it anytime I get the chance.
I take it you've had that. You've done that before.
A couple of times, just to see if it works.
I got blocked from sending any kind of messages to China. I had a friend that lived in China, used to work with him, and he was with a company over there. And I made a comment about how a Chinese company had undercut my business so bad, and I'd lost a lot of business to them, and they just, I was done.
They blocked you.
Yeah,
Never to be on again.
I could not communicate with him, and after that, I really never tried because I really didn't care.
Right.
But you know, I got one more thing on.
Take your time.
No, in 1992, the U.S. Postal Service announced
quick.
that people preferred the younger Elvis stamp designed in a nationwide vote, and there was 1.2 million. Well, that's when they had the Elvis stamp, and they had the young Elvis
And the
they
fat
had
Elvis.
the fat Elvis, and
He was getting pretty fat.
The Nanner peanut butter sandwich.
and
Yeah.
I know, peanut butter and bananas.
and they asked the public which one they would prefer to have the stamp made of,
And they like the skinnier one?
and yet there was 1.2 million ballots cast from 4 to 426 in I think it was 92, and 75% went for the young Elvis. So that's why we had the young Elvis stamp.
Did they have like a dead Elvis and a live Elvis stamp?
Not
No?
the fat Elvis was closer to the dead Elvis, wasn't it?
Is that like Fat Albert? Fat Elvis?
Karen Lowell's watching. Karen, we're going to be out there to eat today.
Time for break.
Rachel,
All right.
me, and Jerry. Yeah, we'll be back in just a minute.
Kevin Martin says the Fat Elvis
Wouldn't fit on the stamp. Yeah. All right. It's about all right.
All right, with that, we take...
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372.
The only man in the world who can list all the vice president's wives in order of height, from shortest to tallest.
Reunites with the only other man in the world who cares.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up stories to brighten your day.
And maybe, just maybe, keep you safe. But don't count on it.
and all the latest news about the Murphy, Ohio's hometown theater. It's what you've come to expect.
And it's what we've come to deliver.
With the Murphy Report, every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel.
Amanda, I understand you have a special skill of reciting the entire alphabet backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
That must be quite a belch.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. A major shakeup in the pharmaceutical industry as Flintstone Vitamins taken to task for tasting nothing like Fred or Wilma.
and as for Pebbles, well, she's already a fruity breakfast cereal. Why dietitians and nutritionists coast to coast are warning us to yabba dabba don't when it comes to ingesting these chalky childhood chewables.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Looking out for your health and well-being is just a sample of the kind of made-up news you can expect on the Murphy Report.
Earning the reputation as the mistrusted name in news isn't something that we take lightly.
In fact, most wouldn't take it at all.
And our efforts reflect that, with a trophy case in our lobby filled wall to wall with empty shelves.
Let the other outlets vie for trophies and your respect.
We're simply too busy making it up to care for such accolades, with a new report posted every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel.
The Murphy Report, with veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
City officials forcing a local beloved mascot to step down.
why poor timing and inappropriate behavior doomed a pantless Wilson the Weasel following his drunken performance at the late Judge Garrett's funeral.
There was nothing routine about this routine.
A story we are dedicated to getting to the bottom of.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. These made-up stories and the latest real news from the Murphy Theater are what you've come to expect from us.
On the Murphy Report, with a new report posted every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our Murphy Theater YouTube channel.
Full minute-to-minute coverage all 21 hours a day.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Amanda, I have to say Vanessa and Breck are just about the two finest anchors in the business.
For once, you're absolutely right, Steve.
I think the Titanic could have learned a thing or two from these two giants in their field.
What am I missing here?
Anchors.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Hey, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are
I can't say
back.
what I was going to say now.
And we got Mr. Diet Coke himself, Mr. Tom Rocco.
Tommy Tornado.
From the Clinton County EMA, Emergency Management Association?
Agency.
Agency. Kind of like the association.
He's a secret agent. Well, maybe he's not so secret.
Yeah, I don't think he's secret, no. But all those great alerts that you can get from him, if you haven't signed up for him yet, you should sign up for him. How do people do that again?
Well, you can go to our webpage and you can sign up. From there, there's a little link that says sign up for alerts. Or you can type in text the word alerts, all capital letters, to the number 69310.
And you
And
might, before
it'll
you
shoot
go
you a
there, you
link.
may want to put that in the comments.
I can do that.
Yep. All right, so you have a list here.
Oh, yeah.
So what you got coming up?
Prepared, Charlie. That's
Well-
what it's all about. He's the prepared guy.
I have my list. I have my list.
Got a list. I'm checking it twice. Well, yeah, it's only because my writing is horrible. I should have been a physician. So on Friday, everyone should be tracking the marginal chance for severe weather coming in. Winds are going to be the primary hazard. It's going to rain a lot that day. So unfortunately, if you are doing some planting, probably going to have to run some long hours the next day or two to get that in there for that. We have a drawing coming up for a household emergency kit. We've been doing it for the last couple of years. The first year, Molly Boatman was the winner. No, Shelby Boatman was the winner. Last year, a gentleman's named Josh. I didn't get his name. I put a post on that on our Facebook page. Depending upon how good you are,
And that will work.
there is a QR code. You can go to that spot or just go to our website, cc-ema.org, and you'll see at the very top, very small letters, it's going to be written up there. It says, entry or register here for a household kit giveaway. We've got like a big old bucket of survival food, last 25 years, fire extinguisher, lights, all kinds of
Yummy.
different
No, I'm
emergency
I saw
items.
that QR code on the side of Coke cans.
Probably, but this is a different one.
Oh,
Yeah. So you can go here, and we're going to do the drawing on the 12th. I believe it's the 12th of July. And the way we're going to work this is that when we call in, we're going to call from a number. And when you answer that phone, you have to say, I'm getting ready with Clinton County EMA. If you do not answer that phone with that phrase, you don't win. And then we'll go to the next person. So for those people that remember Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey back in the New York time frame when you had Howard Stern doing a show, kind of like that. We did that last year with our turkey giveaway, where we give away a turkey. And it was kind of a fun thing. We do like a live life. So again, yeah, from Johnson's. It was fresh.
fresh.
Yeah, they freshly murdered it the day beforehand to get it all prepared for them. I think we're going to do it again this year. We may give out 2, maybe 3, depends. You know, I do that out of my own pocket. It's kind of a fun little thing to do. So again, there's that emergency drawing. We have an exercise coming up in Blanchester on the 17th of June. What that is a tabletop exercise with our first responders, key members of the village government, some other stakeholders, and we're doing a train rail mishap where there's going to be a chemical that was coming through there, gets hit by a vehicle, there's a release, and they're going through a couple of different objectives. We have to do a 4-year exercise cycle with 3 different types of exercises: tabletop, a functional drill, and a full scale. And we do those on a 4 cycle. We get to take our pick for the 4th year. And there's 13 objectives that we get to pick from, and we have to hit all of them within that 4-year cycle. And so we have some different objectives. We put out a news release. It should be in the newspaper today, tomorrow. Should be able to see that. And that's coming up again on the 17th of June. And then 2025 tornadoes. Tornadoes, fun facts.
When's that actually? What is, quote, tornado season?
Well, tornado season really technically is all year round, 12 months. We have them in December, not as often. We have them in January, not as often again.
We had them in some strange months.
Yeah, but in 2025 so far, we have had 1,000. Let me put my glasses on here.
I understand.
Yeah,
that.
Jerry was talking about getting a little old. Well, so far this year, we've had 1,047. 15 of those have been Ohio. Now, comparing with 2024, in 2024, there was 1,910 tornadoes nationwide.
Down.
Ohio had 82.
We're down.
Now, when we're looking at 2024, again, this is for the U.S., and we're looking primarily from January to June. This includes June's numbers. So it's going to be a little off from this next one. Last year, there was 1,285. That's a lot. Compared to this year, 1,047. So you can see that last year was a lot more active. However, that number for last year includes the entire month of June, but we've just started in June. And there goes the QR code. But if something really steps up, we could get a little closer, because it doesn't take a whole lot for a tornado outbreak. And so looking at 2024 for Ohio, this is just Ohio only, up to the month of June. And again, this is including the month of June. Ohio had 72. This year, we're only at 15. So we are doing,
Way down.
we are way down, and that's a very, very positive thing. But still, it doesn't mean that you step back. You should really make sure that you're prepared for tornadoes. One critical element is power outage. What do you do when there's a power outage? And we have a lot of senior citizens, a lot of people that are reliant on electrically powered medical devices, and they may have a backup battery, but you really need to have a little bit more of a robust plan, because we're looking at a lot more demands on our electrical system. And with that comes increased likelihood or chances that we could lose power. And a lot of times it isn't something that happens on the system. It's because some jerk driving down the road, texting on their smartphone or doing a TikTok, hits a pole, and now they put out power for some other folks. And remember, the way that AES and Duke and all those companies restore power, they start with the largest outage and work down to the smallest. So if you're on a dead end road and there's one outage or two outages, and there's other places that have 50 or more, you may be waiting a while. But it's not just tornado season.
Right.
You mentioned hurricane season. So for this year, I know a lot of people are going.
Starting, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people are sitting there going, "Wait, we don't have hurricanes
Well,
out
we
here.
have.
We
yeah,
do,
we
yeah."
have had hurricanes, yeah.
What was that? 2008 Hurricane Ike.
Where it was like dry and knocked power out for like a week almost.
Well, up to 30 days for other people. Once again, the way they restore power, largest to smallest.
I was grilling out on the back deck for a week.
So a lot of people have those whole house generators to power the home. So that's really a lifesaver. But this year, National Hurricane Center is forecasting 13 to 19 storms that are going to be named. So that could be depressions, all kinds of stuff. Of those, 6 to 10 of them are going to be hurricanes, and of those, 3 to 5 of those will be major hurricanes. That's going to be your Cat 3 and higher.
Right.
Yeah. So
What was the
still,
one that hit New Orleans years ago? It was so terrible.
Katrina.
Katrina.
And that one was so bad, it changed the way our government, our state governments and local government does incident command. They establish standard systems across the board called Incident Command System, based on elements of the National Incident Command System. And a lot of things that we do today is driven by the government saying we have grants and programs where if you're operating this way, you can get money to help do certain things. So it'll be interesting to see how the changes in grants through the current administration may have an impact on that.
Homestead, Florida. What was that one? Remember that one?
Hurricane Andrew?
Yeah, I think so.
And I was going through training up on Herbert Field. And I did got a medal for this,
Got a medal?
did the first fundraising event to support the recovery from that hurricane while it was going on.
Wow.
And there's a whole story. I'll tell you the story on break because I really shouldn't say this on camera.
Oh.
But it was very creative.
We actually say things off camera that we weren't supposed to say on camera.
Does this,
Occasionally.
just tell me, please, that this doesn't have anything to do with a street corner or a pole.
No,
Okay.
but we had a lot of nurses selling beer.
Okay.
All right, going.
You're doing, let's see what, yeah, you gotta go, just keep going. Yeah, just keep rolling.
Another thing, EMA does a lot of different things, and I gotta really tip my hat to Susan. Susan is my part-time person, and she goes back to Brian.
Yeah, we're competing with Brian Kilney.
Yeah, we don't. I ain't got his hair. Susan's been doing a lot of work on that emergency kit, and she's been working with a lot of people to get things and stuff like that. So when people talk about EMA, normally if it's an EMA type item, like emergency management, that's something I do. She does a lot of the administration kind of stuff. So when you're talking about those kit and some of these other side things with volunteers, that's getting in her area, and she does a great job on that. One of the things that she's helped me with is a couple of projects we're doing with the Legacy Fund. The Legacy Fund was some money that was set aside from the sale of the hospital and it enables certain different programs. We've done a couple of projects through that. One of those was called a FLIR camera project. We got a brand new FLIR camera for each of the fire districts in our county so that they can be able to use.
Going into buildings?
Going into buildings, you can use it in a lot of different ways. Now, the next step on that, because we've already got those cameras out to the departments, is we've got a trainer coming in, and that's going to be on the 28th of June. And that's an all-day training event. They're going to be out at the Clarksville Fire Station. Got some people that's going to be cooking, feeding for them all day. They're going in, they're doing an actual burn, so they're going to be able to identify how to use the camera to be able to find people in certain situations. We've got a couple of projects we're putting together for this year that we're really hopeful for. One of those is buying NOAA weather radios. We have taken money from Duke Energy in the past, it's a grant program they have, and we bought radios that were distributed in the southern Ohio or southern Clinton County area. Blanchester, the different townships down there, Westboro, Midland.
Because it seems like they've been getting hit more than anybody else in the county.
True, but because
Say
Duke
Lee,
Energy.
you better go to Lee's Creek too.
Well, I tell you who needs to really watch what they're doing. There is someone living in the Pansy area that God is really trying to send a message to you. Last year in May, a tornado north Blanchester. The one in July last year was just a couple hundred meters north. So someone in that neighborhood, take the hint.
Yeah.
And I guess that person must have moved to Lynchburg.
Or Leesburg, or Lee's Creek even.
Lynchburg, because on the morning of the 3rd of April, 2 of our 3 tornadoes occurred right down by St. Martin, kind of rolling
Yeah.
up. And then there's another one that
We
went
know
right
who
up through
lives down there.
Knox Crossing.
Or Magician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You may want to see if that person's all right.
Yeah.
Apparently, they may have got the message because we haven't had anything else this year so far.
And it's strange how, Xenia was the big track, like, we had so many.
I still say it has to do something with the interstates.
Well, I don't know whether, but why did it move? Because it seems like lately, most of our tornadoes have been.
Dixie Alley.
Dixie Alley.
So
What was Dixie Alley? You
that's
lost me.
like the North Alabama, Mississippi areas, Tennessee. Those places just been getting torn up this year.
For years.
Matter of fact, if you want to take a look at the tornado map of last year, that is Ohio for last year, and this is Ohio for this year.
Big difference.
And you can just see.
I don't know if you can see the difference or not. This year, last year.
Yeah, those are the dots where the tornadoes
Yeah.
occur.
Yep, tornadoes.
Try to turn
Now,
it.
what about the severity of the tornadoes? Have they been more powerful?
They've been a little more frequent, but a little weaker.
A little weak?
And also our ability to detect EF zeros, which a lot of them are, has increased. So that's why we're able to see a larger number. We may have been having this every single year.
But we
It
just haven't been able to detect it.
Right.
So really, it looks like February through end of September is kind of our peak time, right?
Our peak time for our county is May.
Yeah.
That is our peak month.
And we already made it through there, so that's good.
Lived up to that, May, didn't we?
Yep.
Now, you said something last time on here I need to take back because I want to maybe get some people to use this. You say after the storms, I think it was you, maybe it was your brother, seniors, it was you. Seniors can apply to help get rid of storm damage. It was you, right? So what, is there a phone number or what's the social, just call you or?
So here's what happens. If you're signed up for our alerts, again, plug for alerts, go to our website, you can sign up there. I use that as the method to reach out to folks after a storm. I'll send out a text and it will go to a blog story because there's a lot of words and I'm limited to 158 characters. And I'll put debris management information, something like that for seniors and those with poor health. And essentially, there are certain different organizations, whether it's Team Rubicon, whether it's Masters of Disasters, American Regulators, which is a great group that's come out and done a lot of work. They volunteer. And I have a form, I have a link that's on that little thing that they can go to, and they can check, I'm low income, I'm retired veteran, or I have a medical condition.
Senior citizen?
Senior citizen.
Okay.
And you're a senior citizen.
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
you? See, that could have worked for you.
What age do we consider a senior citizen to be? 55?
Do you have an AARP card? Are you eligible for an
I'm
AARP
eligible.
card?
I don't have one.
There you go. So,
I told him I was too young.
I think you
So
get
you'd
that
be
at
eligible.
50, don't you?
55, I think.
55, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 60, so I'm in like Flynn. And I should have done that the last time but I just went ahead and took a tree. This tree has been just emasculated the last several times, and I just went and took the tree down, which I know they wouldn't have cleaned that up, but
Well, they'll help cut up, but getting rid of the debris, once
Yeah.
it's all stacked and stuff, that's up to you.
even if you just go ahead and take a tree down because it was for storm damage, but the tree wasn't officially down yet.
We're trying to cut down on people abusing the volunteers that are
That's what I
giving
mean, I don't
their
wanna
good
abuse
time.
them, yeah.
So they're not going to come over and repaint your fence. They're not going to come over and clean off your sidewalks. And,
No, I didn't repaint them. I just had some girls come clean them. No, I mean, I did most of the work, and then I had a guy come and cut it down because if it fell one way, it was going to hit my house. Yeah, I just need to get it down. It's one of those old pines that, it just...
Yeah, pine trees are terrible.
Pines are better when there's more pines because of the way their roots interlock with one another. But if you have a single pine, that bad boy's going to go down if you get a lot of wind
There's a single
and
pine
moisture.
out front.
I got some pines that are getting huge here at the house.
Well, we've got maples, and anytime we have wind coming through, there were branches down everywhere. So we got the one tree in the backyard taken care of. This last storm that came through on the 3rd of April, it would have dropped something on our neighbor's house. We were so fortunate that we had trimmed some of those trees back. So.
Yeah. Leonard Scholar's watching, Lenny's Auto Repair, and also JJ Marie. How you doing, JJ Marie? You're coming back tomorrow, right? We didn't scare you off.
Here's our
Noni Wood, yeah, Clarksville mayor. Noni's great girl,
Yep.
love Noni. So yeah, hopefully you come back on tomorrow, JJ.
So, why do you vary between the tall boys and the short boys?
It's just what's
Because
in
the tall
there.
boys were on top?
Yeah, whatever, yeah, exactly. So I get my clothes out in the morning, whatever's on top.
Yeah, the way they're just spaced there is just, you got to put them like that. Otherwise, it's OCD.
Yeah, Kevin Martin
I
will
was
be.
going to say, Kevin Martin will go crazy if you don't have them spaced just right.
I liked it the other way.
He's playing chess.
There you go.
Kevin Martin
You're killing Rick right now. You're killing Rick right now.
won't have
Watch the chat so you can listen to or read a meltdown in progress.
What y'all want for breakfast?
if you
Hey,
hide-
just you.
If you hide that
Just
cup,
you.
Kevin and Rick both will go nuts.
You don't have to buy us breakfast, but just come on. Just come on with it one time. All right, well, listen, it is time for break. When we come back, we got some short games since I already made you play one that wasn't very
short
good.
games.
Yes. I don't have very many celebrity birthdays today. And I made a major faux pas yesterday
They
that
like
no
to be
one
called
caught.
little people.
No, yeah.
Major faux pas.
Yeah, no one caught it.
This was a birthday faux pas?
Yes. Major faux pas.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's take a break. And you
I'll
come back and tell
explain.
us.
I'll explain.
Are animals using your house as their
Okay.
new home?
Okay,
Spring
yes.
is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin,
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
as well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report, news the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
All right, let's see if I even catch it. All right, here we go. We have local birthdays today. Jim Green, happy birthday. Brian Sweetman, he
Oh.
watches the show. Brian Sweetman, happy birthday. I think he's 50. And I had this kid in school. I mean, it's just, geez. Talk about feeling old. You know what I mean? Man, he's 50.
I worked with Brian out at Furno.
Brian's a great guy.
Yeah.
Brian's a great guy. Let's see. Wendy Slater, Carol Wilson, Tommy Hudson. Haven't seen him in a long time. Ash Elkins, Michelle Rosenworth, Ashley Scott, Eric. Here's one you know.
All right.
AJ Ganger's birthday today.
It is.
Melanie White and Carolyn Cassio. And Rick Lee's right when we're getting ready to do the celebrity birthday ages. So it's just you two right now. And my wife.
When you get to be Rick's age, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
What do you get? I wonder if you'll go back and watch this and see that. All right, here we go. I tell you, I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That's it. Celebrity birthdays today. Susie Quattro,
Who's that?
guitar player, rock and roller. Susie Quattro.
What band?
Susie Quattro band.
Use in a sentence.
Susie Quattro plays guitar in her own band and rocks it out.
Still does?
Yep, but she's old.
Oh, let's go with 56.
Let's go 69.
Let's go over 69.
Wow.
Yeah, Susie Quattro.
74.
She might have even been on Happy Days back in the day.
Oh, no, it was a leather Tuscadero. That was
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go 72.
72 is a little low still.
74.
73.
74 is just a little low.
75.
75. There you go. Anderson Cooper. CNN, Mr. CNN.
Who's that?
Mr. CNN.
Is he in a band?
No. He was an anchor for CNN, and then he's with CBS too. I think he's still with CNN.
What's it?
60, she says, is
Who's his mom?
60's high.
What's it? Who's his mom? She's a hotel or motel.
Hilton?
I don't know. Yeah,
It's not Hilton.
one of the big.
Hotel chain.
Yeah, who's Anderson Cooper's mom?
Who's Anderson?
You asked him in such a way it made it sound like he would have known her in the biblical sense.
Well, it would seem like that. I am not his father.
Now you say that, you got the same color
Yeah,
hair.
you do. They do, yeah. Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
57.
57 is just a little low.
58.
58. Travis Hafner used to play for the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees.
Can you use it in a sentence?
48 is right. I don't need to. My wife got it right there. Travis Hafner. Rome Odunze.
Who?
Rome Odunze. He is a wide receiver. I think he just went into the NFL draft out of Washington.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
There you go, Gloria Vanderbilt. Rome
That's his mother.
Odunze. How old is Rome? He just went into the NFL draft. That should give you a big hint.
22.
Just a little bit low.
23.
23, there you go. Vernon Hargreaves, no relation. Tampa Bay Buccaneers backfield. So he's like a defensive back.
How many years has he been playing with them?
I'm not sure if he still plays with them or not, but he is old enough that he could still be playing.
36.
36 is high.
34.
34 is high.
32.
32 is high.
30.
30! Here we go. 30. Here we go. Oh my gosh. In memory today,
Took us a while to get there.
Jefferson Davis. So there you go. Okay, do you guys want to play mono?
Is
You
that
mono?
Jefferson Davis for the Confederacy?
Yes, Jefferson Davis from the Confederacy.
Okay, so that's two names I recognize from that entire game.
Yeah, there you go.
Charlie's really good on those kinds of things.
I can't help it. That's whose birthdays there were today.
You know what would be funny?
Usually I have
is that
7
he
or 8.
was a contestant one time.
Well, yeah, it would be.
Now, were those today's birthdays or were those yesterday's birthdays, Charlie?
Yes. I'll let it go. They haven't caught it yet. Shoosh.
Define that.
Hey, so chain connection. We could have 2 on 2 here.
So is it AJ's birthday today?
Yeah.
Or is it?
It is AJ's birthday today. Yeah, AJ Ganger. So do you guys want to go mono or do you want partner?
I'll go mono. I'll take my donuts against yours.
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right. Well, Mr. Guest, you have your choice. Would you rather have A or B or go first?
I'll go with A.
A. So Jerry gets to go first then.
Dirty 30.
Say, Jerry. So you're Jerry is going with B, and he goes first. Creative T. Creative T. And you have the evil emperor and the evil empress that could help.
Creative thought.
Oh.
Well, they were
You
dealing.
thought about that very carefully, Jerry.
All right. Sleep W.
Sleep well.
Oh, we're 2 for 2.
Creative TH.
Thinking.
There you go. Creative thinking. There you go. It's not the same as thought. So,
Is that
yeah.
like making things up?
Okay, so here we go. Thinking B.
Back.
Thinking back. Very good. Very good.
On the roll.
Back B.
Backbite.
Yeah. Backboard.
All right. Sleep WA.
Wasubi.
And it does make a lot of sense. Sleep WA. This isn't a stretch.
Sleep wake.
Not wake.
Tom, you're doing great.
So Jerry has creative thinking. You got thinking back. Back BE.
Ah, got it.
Backbone.
That's BO.
That's PO. It's PE.
That's what JJ says.
I like Rachel's back bend.
Back bend.
Back bent.
Back bend is correct.
Okay.
Bend O.
Bend over.
That's right. Bend over. Bend over.
Where do you use that term, Jerry?
If you don't really need that soap, don't pick it up.
Oh, that reminds me of a bad joke. Over T.
Overtime.
Overtime for the win. For the win. Time W. There's 2 that come to my mind.
Well, think of Star Trek.
They always did a lot of those German things.
Time W.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I was thinking time window.
Well, both those are the 2 I thought of too. Happy birthday, Brian Sweetman.
I'm gonna go with time window. Okay.
All
Sorry,
right.
Rachel.
So
Must have been work, right?
sleep,
Walk.
walk, right?
I was
Walk,
over humming, walking in the sunshine. And
walk W. Well, sleepwalk's an actually song. That's a song.
No, this is, you said this next one is walk.
Walk W. Oh, I want to give you a hint so bad.
Go ahead.
This is not named that tune because I don't know that tune.
Yeah.
Walk well?
Jerry for the win. Time W-A.
Time warp.
Time warp, yeah.
Are you supposed to do the dance?
Not him.
All right, now, here we go. Let's see if we
Hey,
can.
yesterday,
Tom,
we had
5.
Dustin from the little newspaper in town.
Tom.
But we won,
5 left.
and I mean, he did a fist bump. I mean, he was,
Oh, you talking about yesterday?
yeah, Dustin got into that.
Dustin was, yeah, he was competitive.
Oh,
wasn't he?
man.
They even won, and he didn't want it because Rick answered it
Yeah,
for him.
I had to do another
So
one.
I added one for him.
Yeah.
Okay, walk W-A.
Walk away.
Walk away, yeah, walk this way is what I was trying to think. Way O.
Way off.
Way out.
Way out.
Way out.
Way out is right. Out S. Pretty easy to do on this show.
Outside.
Pretty easy to do on this show. Out S.
Out S. Pretty easy to do on this show.
Yeah,
Out S.
yeah. You've done it a few times already today.
Who has?
Cuss.
No? S.
Slurs.
Out S. Outshine. You're in the same vein, but not the right word.
Outshone.
No.
Out.
Out SM.
Outsmart.
Outsmart. There you go. Smart C.
You definitely picked the wrong column.
Yeah.
Smart C. Smart.
Slap in his stomach. And his very tight top.
This thing fits good. This is an extra small.
Miss Mark.
Smart clothes.
No.
Colon.
Smart. Yeah.
Sorry, just got a notification. I got to go where Jerry went.
It goes through there, yes.
It goes through there.
C.
C. Starts with C. What do I like?
Constitution.
Well,
What do you like?
chocolate what?
Cookies?
Oh, smart cookie. There you go.
Oh.
Cookie, yeah.
I had to watch to see where he was going because his hands kept getting lower, and I'm thinking he goes to crotch. No way,
I
baby.
know what C word that.
I did that to you yesterday. I gave you a hint.
What was that?
When you were sitting over there for the last one, balls, I'm going like this to you. You didn't even see it.
You do that all the time,
No,
right?
I don't. No, I don't. Cookie, here's your last one. Cookie C.
Crumble. Cookie cutter.
Cookie cutter, there you go, cookie cutter. And with that one, Jerry just ripped it today.
Yeah, he was, but we can't say it was fun.
Oh, no, it wasn't today, it wasn't. We'll have to get some more. Tomorrow I'll have an extra sports trivia for Travis since he's our sports meister. Then it's time to take a break, so let's take
Who
a break.
says living with labels is a bad thing? Especially bright, easy to read labels with a large font.
When one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Well, let's get personal.
Rated R. Oh, let's
Get personal. Personal. Let's get personal. Personal.
You forgot to do that yesterday with Steve announced. That'd been fun with Steve in there. He gets crazy. Anyhow, Sundays, 5 to 8. We're still waiting on fiber. Yes, we have fiber installed, but the fiber you got installed was not the real Raisin brand. It was like the stuff you buy at Aldi's. It was not the real Raisin brand. So there's fiber here, but it's just not good enough.
It's a slow acting fiber.
Yeah, it's not the true Metamucil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, well, what we got left here? I think that's all I have for birthdays and games and all that. But
And we've temporarily lost Tom.
we lost our guest. I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back. I don't know. Tomorrow we're supposed to have JJ Marie on the show, and Travis Fenstermacher, and Mr. Pickle himself, Uncle Hunky. And then on Friday...
Don't you?
Yeah, good. What?
No, never mind.
Friday, we have Derek Haithcock coming at 9 a.m., and he is the coach of the Lady Mambas. It's a AAU team, and they're located more toward Bland and that neck of the woods. They are getting ready to go to the Nationals, and they're trying to raise money for their trip. So they have a car wash Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon at, what does it say? I think it's down in West Union. Let's see. Playing? Well, I know that's where they're having their car wash Saturday. They're playing, they're heading to North Carolina. They may be going to the same thing Travis and his daughter, Harley.
Harley's going to.
Analyzing Thursday with JJ Marie. Uh-oh.
Start their own show.
Yeah.
Don't you have Marianne coming in Thursday?
What's that?
Marianne coming in Thursday?
Well, Mary, I texted her and she hasn't answered back.
Okay. And Rick has somebody else coming in Friday, too.
Yeah, Friday we have some dancers coming in like at 9:45. The Black Mambas, not the Black Mambas, just the Lady Mambas. UC Lady Mambas will be in at 9. And then also that day, Rick Morton will be in, and Travis and Harley will be in.
Yeah, so we got a big crowd on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, it's going to be a party.
Now, was it Rick that was saying that if you text the word tutu enough times to Charlie, and if he gets 1,000 texts that say tutu, he's going to wear a tutu on Friday?
Yeah.
But he's got to get 1,000 texts, so make sure you text Charlie.
Right.
Charlie would need a 3-3.
Oh, at least you didn't say it'd be a 4.
Right now.
At least you didn't say it'd be a 4x4. I can feel the love. I can feel the love.
Oh, you know it.
Anywho, so there's someone. What about the smoke? How come I haven't heard any reports about the smoke from you?
Are you talking about, okay, I thought we were going back to the
We're
old
going back
people
to
again with the
cannabis.
little doobies. Well, again, the smoke is influenced by the wind conditions and the different weather patterns. Right. So what they forecast a couple of days out sometimes can change. Weather can change its mind.
Worse, or?
To be determined. If they don't take care of the fires, it could get a little worse. If they do take care of them,
When was that happened like last year, 2 years ago?
Last couple of years, they
Yeah.
But it was a lot worse, the smoke down here. I'm gonna tell you what, last night we're sitting at Chubby's Pizza, and no, I haven't changed anything, not doing anything different. I guess I did. This is all I did. I took my glasses off and set them down for a while, and my eyes got to itching. And I don't know if it was the smoke or pollen or what. What do you think, pollen or smoke yesterday?
well, you know, it's good for glaucoma for some of those older folks. So,
Say what?
glaucoma.
I don't think I got glaucoma.
Yeah, gummies.
Oh, okay. So you're telling me I should start taking gummies for my itchy eyes?
You might. Isn't that a song? Itchy Eyes?
I don't think so. Gummies make your eyes itch too. So I don't want to do that.
How about that?
Gummies do anything for ED?
Are you taking?
Oh, we're going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I don't think the pens will work on those either. So,
Jerry,
What? What?
I don't know that you want to broadcast that out there to everybody,
Any of what?
especially since you have a little entourage going on.
Oh. It was just a question.
Yeah,
I could have been asking for a friend.
Yeah. Well, you know, what you name him? Tiny? Tiny Tim? Actually, it's probably Tiny Tom and Jerry. Oh, look, we got Tom and Jerry.
Oh.
it only took 3 times.
3 times you finally got it.
Tom and Jerry is on today.
Took a while for him to figure that out, didn't it?
Yeah. He mentioned that the first day.
Yeah.
Yep, that's funny.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
is fun.
I
So
do
what
have.
else you got?
Well, I've got something that's non-EMA related. I've been recruited as a music judge. You know, I listed off the bands I like earlier.
Yeah, I
and
saw
that.
Yeah,
Where did I see that at?
You didn't even know Green Day was. What the heck?
I said,
Aren't they the ones
Good
that go
bands.
out and chase the boats that are trying to kill
Green
the
Day's
whales?
good stuff. That's Green
Green Day.
well, there's an event called Battle of the Bands, and put
You're
together.
one of the judges?
I'm one
Yeah.
of the judges. So is Steve.
Where is this?
In the
I
Desi,
saw
it's going to
that.
be right down on Sugar Tree. It's going to take place on the 9th of August. And the bands that we have gone through and we've reviewed and we have selected include, and if you've been out to the Eagles and different places, you've probably heard some of these, the Smoke and Mirrors, AR6, Christopher Dre Stewart, Bonehouse, and then also there's this wonderful group of kids that were just underneath the age cutoff. They're going to have them play while they're doing kind of you're coming in, kind of like this stuff. And it's called Just for Show. And there's 3 of them from Adams County, and, you know, kind of hoping they would make the cut and just under, but they're really good. This one kid that plays the guitar does a real good rendition of the national anthem that was done by, what was his name?
Jimi Hendrix?
Jimi Hendrix. So, but we got that coming up, so that's going to be
That'll
real
be
fun.
fun for you.
And the winner of that competition gets to open and have their own show at the Murphy Theater.
Do you guys have your glass box that you'll be sitting in?
I don't think we have a glass box. I think we bring our own lawn chairs.
You might want a glass
And
box.
I'm going to
Some
need
of
a
those
big
people get
cooler.
serious. Yeah, I used to do that years ago. They used to have the thing called the Wrangler Country Showdown. I don't know if you guys remember that. I judged it was like 5 or 6 years. It was really pretty cool because once you won the Wrangler Country Showdown locally, you went to a regional, and then you went to the state, and you went to the nationals. But WSWO, when they were a radio station, we did that several years. I judged them. It's interesting that now I've been asked to judge stuff for bars that do these things, but I'm not too excited about doing those because you got people drinking. Number one, they don't get somebody's gonna be mad, because they're not gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
So
But we got some great bands. So at the minimum, it's a great night out. It's free for people to come down, sit out there, listen to music, have a great time, and hopefully have some great weather.
I'm
Unfortunately,
surprised you don't have Blue Steel there.
I'm trying to remember if they were
Steele,
on the list or not.
Sean Poole.
Yeah, but he's not considered.
He's got his own band.
He's amateurs.
Yeah, they're amateurs now, isn't? You
Sean
got to
just
give me the
got-
band name, not the person
Sean,
name.
well,
So
there's Sean Poole and Bucking Crazy.
Yeah, he's
I don't think they were on the list.
professional now, isn't
But
Well, he got a contract. Yeah, he did get a recording contract.
But yeah, that's a fun thing coming up here, 9th of August. So excited about that.
Didn't they enter their names into this contest?
Yeah, you have to say, hey, I want to be in there. It's not like someone go, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for this band or this. It's they put in, and we had Desi Rogers from downtown and downtown Wilmington. We also had Ron Fiven from the police department. He's done a lot of
he's a
stuff
big
with Rock the
music guy,
Block.
yeah.
Matter of fact, he wrote basically the what we use to critique
Oh,
the different
okay.
bands and stuff like that. I mean, he is really into it.
Nope, just died. Hand me that mic. Let's trade mics out.
This one, there we go.
Thank you, sir. Now we're back.
You mean to warm it up for you?
His just died now too. Here, no. There.
I'm in stereo.
There you go. Yeah, we're gonna put you on both sides until one of these die out. This one's already at 2.
All right, well, let me replace that. We don't have all. I'll have to charge some of that because we don't have enough.
Well, we will do the rest of the show in interpretive dance.
No, we won't.
Getting
No,
Charlie
we
ready
won't.
for Saturday. Again, 1,000 texts with the word tutu.
There's my interpretive dance, hand dancing right there. So you can get on. So when we have a storm, you send us out if you're on the list. But we got to get more people on your list. It sounds like.
I have a lot of different lists. So when you sign up for alerts, you can sign up for, hey, just give me the weather warnings. Or you can sign up and say, hey, give me the watches. So there's a lot of variations you can do. But when you're signing up for the alerts, please do not think that tornado warnings will only be given during certain times. Those will be given anytime. So if you're going, I want all the Clinton County alerts, I want 24/7, I want 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. All you're doing is racking up the number of times you're going to get the same message because it sends out the alert to each one of those lists. Now, when I send out something beforehand, kind of a heads up for like weather coming up, stuff like that, there's a group at the bottom or underneath the weather watches and stuff that says prepare now message. That's the group of people that says, hey, I want a little bit more information than your average person. And that's the one that I really go through and try to give a heads up so that way if there are certain preparations you need to do because medical devices, on power, chances of damage and stuff, that's the one that I really kind of reach out to a lot more than the watches and warnings. Now, if we have a tornado coming through and I'm monitoring, I've got my radar set up, I've got the National Weather Service chat group set up, I've got different things I'm watching, and if you're really into weather, there's a YouTuber called Ryan Hall you need to watch. The most scariest thing is when he starts naming off your county and your villages when a tornado is coming through, because it shows, yes, it makes it a little
He's
surreal.
that good.
He is very good. He's very entertaining too and educational.
I've seen him.
But if it's something serious, I will send out to those severe watches or the severe warning list, and I will indicate where the circulations or where the tornadoes were and where they're heading toward. I'll try to give a little bit more information. But if it's not something like that, I try not to hit a lot of those other lists because it's that prepare now list, prepare now message that I really hit a little bit more. If you want to get on the list, it's very simple. Write this down. All you have to do is send PNM, prepare now message, capital letters, one word, PNM. Send that as a text message to 69310 or that same text group that you get the alerts from, and it will add you to the list. You'll get a reply back saying, hey, you're in the group or whatever.
I don't know if I'm in there or not.
One way to find out, very simply, just 69310 PNM for prepare now message.
Oh, this is
no
not
space.
fun. This is message. Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
send a message.
And it's just that way that I send out a little bit more supplemental information. Now, if there is a tornado, the first thing I do is if I'm seeing storms advancing our county and I'm seeing where they're lining up, I will call the mayors and give them a heads up and talk to them. And then I'll send out texts to the fire chiefs and police chiefs, letting them know what is coming in their direction. And then I try to provide them a little more updates. So 69310.
Yep, right there. Okay.
And then got capital letters. The message you're going to send is capital P, capital N, capital M.
P
N,
N
M.
M.
Then hit send. And what that does is you should get a message back that says, boom, you're in. So now you're in.
Okay. So I wasn't in before, or
Correct.
really?
Mm-hmm.
You thought you were.
I thought I was. I thought I was like in all of it.
I have a lot of different lists. I have some lists that are set up for local companies. And what they do is they have their own notification systems that they'll send out through that. So like if there's an active shooter or hazmat release or some sort of weather alert, I have that set up because I'm not charging them money. What it gives me is potential access to a larger pool of people if something really bad happens.
Right. Which we've been lucky.
So you have an active shooter alert too?
I have a lot of different alerts that are set up. And most of the times it's going to be like an active aggressor. I'll send it out to one of the jurisdictional lists. Okay. So if it says something like, do you want to be on a list for other jurisdictions? So if the mayor of Wilmington says, hey, Tom, can you send out something to, I'll send it to the people that are on Wilmington. So if you own property that's in another jurisdiction, you got a kid that goes to a school in another location, you got a little side piece, and just check those different locations.
A side piece, huh?
Jerry's sitting next to me. I didn't want to point at him because just make him embarrassed. But you know, he's kind of a popular guy.
Are you,
But
you sending alerts to the Aging Up Center?
no, I'm not sending him out to them. But
Don't you? You have a contact there, though.
yeah,
Jerry has a contact.
there's a lot of people that as they get older, they have some medical conditions. So
Yeah.
at the bottom of the sign up form, when you go to that, there's a couple of different things that you can check. If you're oxygen dependent, you're homebound, whatever. So that way, if we have a situation comes up, and let's say a disaster rolls through and people don't have extra supplies for the oxygen, I can send a message out to that group that says, go to this location. They'll be doing refills and so forth.
Sean Poole's watching. Speak of the devil. We were just talking about you, Sean Poole. Wonder why you weren't in the. I think he was in the contest a year or two ago. The Battle of the Bands thing. I think he was. So when you have this Battle of the Bands, you have to listen to a whole set, 4 or 5 songs. What's the deal? 3 songs?
So are they bringing in the stage on Sugar Tree?
Oh yeah.
I believe that is.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the final setup and what else is going to be involved. I just presume it's going to be a pretty full event, long day event. So I'm going to bring my big
Is there
cooler.
something else going on during this event?
I don't think so.
Like,
This is the event.
this is the event, yes. So it's kind of like on Friday nights when they get into summer.
And that's starting
concerts.
this Friday. So this Friday's probably not going to happen, is it?
Well, that decision may have already been made or has to be made, but we've already got.
They
our
got the
little heads
arena.
up.
The Arena Rock Show is this Friday, I believe.
Maybe.
Yeah, but maybe they'll go inside.
Well, then they would have to have an agreement here. They would have to then figure out
Not
the
here
funding piece.
necessarily, but I mean,
What Sugar Tree are you talking about?
well, the
Where would they
Eagles.
go in?
So you're looking about where it is, where the green is marginal. So,
That's just severe storm risk,
yeah.
right?
But it's going
But
to
we're
be
going to
wet
rain anyhow, right?
most of the day. It's going to be kind of a full day drizzle.
Because a lot of people will sit out in their lawn chairs or whatever in front of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that if it's pouring.
No. What about tomorrow? What's tomorrow looking like?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
I know.
I really haven't looked at the weather much for tomorrow.
Well, last time I saw it was supposed to rain tomorrow too, I think.
I just
Yeah.
look at the SPC outlooks more than anything else.
I checked the little string that's hanging outside my window. And
Well,
it's
let's
dry.
see. Thursday, they're saying rain starting at 10 a.m., but it's only 25%. So where do you really pay attention to the rain? When it gets over 50, I
40.
assume?
40 and up.
60,
That's
yeah.
when I-
6 p.m., it's 65%.
We lived a few years in the UK, so we don't even pay attention to rain.
It rains all the time.
Now, only if we get like a notice that there's going to be excessive precipitation, then okay, we'll get our big waterproof jacket.
So what is excessive in the UK?
I would say probably 0.2 of an inch or more per hour. Per hour. In the UK, it's gorgeous. Because of the latitude it's at and where the sun is hitting, it'll rain and be sunny at the same time. It's really a surreal effect.
They have those rains when it's sunny.
Not really, because the sun's right there and so's the clouds, so it's...
Florida rains about 45 minutes every day, it seems like.
Yeah, we're pretty good, and then it's hot and steamy.
It's 90 degrees down here in Nashville. That's right, Sean's playing. Sean is playing in Nashville tonight at the Maxwell House Theater. Yeah, it's Maxwell House Hotel.
99 degrees right now in Nashville.
90 degrees. So, yeah,
Nine.
he says 90.
Rick's putting his glasses on.
Oh. 90 degrees.
I thought it said 90 degrees.
Rick likes to round up, but he doesn't like round numbers.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think 9 is an odd number.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, Canada's another country. All right.
And today's the 4th.
It is.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
All day long.
What was it yesterday?
The 3rd.
Whose birthdays were today?
Today's are the people that were born on the 4th. That's whose birthdays they were.
Should you tell them what they missed?
No.
They didn't pick up on
I
it?
think it's great.
Yeah, I do too.
Today's were yesterday's, and yesterday's are today's.
I think so.
Yeah, something along
But
that
depending upon when you watch this video, it may not make sense.
line. That's true.
Yeah, it won't make any difference.
That is very true. That is very, very, very,
Or
very
what
true.
time zone you might be on.
We did have county commissioner in last Friday, Mr. McCarty. Said there's some other stuff he couldn't go into though on the horizons for some more development.
Oh, so you're going to try to get info out of me, huh?
No, I'm just letting you know. Have you heard anything? Yeah. Have you heard anything?
I know nothing.
That's Sergeant Schultz. No, we've heard a lot of stuff though. Getting ready to go downtown to go see my photo up on the giant billboard. Cool.
All right.
That is
Send
cool.
a photo.
Yeah. Send it up here. You'll have to send it to one of you guys. I don't have him on Facebook.
Just take a picture.
Remember, when you text a photo, put the word tutu, 1,000 text messages, and he is going to wear a tutu
Charlie will
on Friday.
be wearing his tutu.
I won't get that. I might get 100 text messages just for people
Oh, I don't know.
just for people being goofy. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jerry will just settle his phone and bug the hell out
That's
of me.
what I was doing a while ago. I got 10 in there before I had to come
I'll
out.
have to block. I'll have to block Jerry later. It seems like we're missing something. What is this week? We do have the Murphy Theater. We have some ballet going on, and Jerry's going to be sitting in the box with his granddaughter, right?
And they'll be here Friday
At 9:45.
9:45.
9:45. We got some ballet girls coming in Friday. Just to let you know, some stuff going on this weekend. Saturday's looking good, right? It's going to be okay.
It's in the morning. You're going to have some
Leftover.
follow on, kind of coming through the area and stuff. It may
Maybe gone by then.
check your favorite weather app to find out what Saturday afternoon brings for you and your afternoon activities.
There you go. So, Saturday we have Rod's project going on. You ought to come out. You should have a booth out there.
I have to check with my wife to see what I'm doing.
Well, just pop out if you got time. Bring her with. She'll love it more than you. Because they have a bunch of crafts and booth stuff. We have a little car show going on. If you got anything you want to pass out, we'd be glad to pass it out for you too. Because I know you have paraphernalia.
We've got some stuff. Unfortunately, it's really cutting down because, again, those grant dollars are decreasing, so we have
I'm
to
just
find
saying.
other ways.
Giving you a chance to spread the word. That's Saturday. Rod's project is 10 to 3. The car show is 10 to 3. Flow Fest at the Ewings. I think
I haven't seen her on all day.
I think that's is that in the evening, Michelle? Saturday. That's a bunch of young guys playing music and doing rap stuff, and it's pretty neat.
Yeah, but
The Ewings, that is her family. That's yeah. They're related.
Inviting her over
To
she's
their
inviting us over
house.
to her
So
house.
Rick Ewings.
If you
Rick
invite-
Ewings,
if you
that
invite
was
Charlie
72.
over, he's going to wear the tutu.
No tutu.
Can you put the address and the backdoor pin code for the alarm?
And there's
in
no
the
back
chat?
door either. Yeah. Just get that completely out of your thinking as well. Tommy's Rap Festival. Yeah. So that's going on Saturday evening.
Yes.
Saturday evening at the Ewing.
Yes.
Yeah. I got her covered there. And then Sunday we're at Cedar Creek Flea Market, 10 to 3. Now, one place, have you eaten at this restaurant yet in Sabina?
No.
Fresh Pizza and Cream.
Yes, we have. We were there last, the Friday before Memorial Day, and I was looking for you, but the lady said that you were out there the Thursday night. the
Yeah,
night
Thursday
prior.
nights, yeah.
We went out.
Appearance this Thursday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my grandparents
It's gonna
were out
rain,
there,
but,
so
you know.
we went out there and
Oh,
checked out the website. And
I'm glad you said that. That's cool. No. And I can't believe he didn't say this, but I'm going to say it. Gene, Dad, right?
Yep.
He just did, what was it?
Channel 6.
No, 50 years or 30? What was it, 50 or 30? Help me out. He's volunteered at the Memorial Golf Tournament for
A very long time.
30 or 50. That is, I saw it. Oh, that's cool as heck.
He's a hole captain for hole number 13. So if you're ever out there at Memorial Day,
Was it 13 or 14?
if you hole 13, hole 13 is his hole.
14, I think.
And if you ever want to meet him while you're out there and you're at hole 13, take your phone out and start touching it.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those people who's got the little quiet sign. And
Yeah, well, he's helped the Shriners. Is he a Shriner?
no, he's not.
He just helps them.
He's short, but not as a Shriner.
Okay, now he just helps them then. Don't forget to listen to my new single, She Is Talking With Her Eyes. Great song. And we need to start following Sean Poole on Spotify. I'm putting a shout out. Follow Sean Poole on Spotify.
After you text what to where?
Nothing
Tutu.
to wear.
Tutu.
Text Tutu to Charlie.
No, wait a minute. No, we got the number for
If
that.
you have his number, put it in the chat.
69310. That's what you text it to. 69310.
Oh, I will have to make an alert that says Tutu, and
There
anytime
you
someone
go.
does that,
69310.
4,000.
Tommy Tutu. There we go. I think that's a great idea for
I'm
you,
Twister
Tom.
Tom. I got my Twister outfit. You get your Tutu outfit.
And we need to have Uncle Punky. Michelle, go back in your hole. Oh, no, Tutu, no. What time is it? Time for break, I bet.
9:43. Yes. About 2
Pretty
minutes.
close.
I got something.
Go.
All right, so just a heads up for people that live in the East Clinton area. That's the Lease Creek. We're going to be doing an active aggressor exercise in the month of August. We don't have the date selected, but it's going to be a reunification exercise. So if you were a student or a parent or both in that area, not both at the same time because that's
That'd be a little
awkward.
weird, yeah.
You should be able to just take your GED. But anyways, I think they call it a GED. Is we're going to be looking for role players to kind of act out certain types of
Charlie
things.
is good at that.
So we will be sending out a notice for that here in July. So just kind of keep your eyes
What
peeled.
is an active aggressor?
Active aggressor is someone who is a hostile threat to members that are at the school. So whether it's the pow type or the stab type or up on the curbside, bump. It covers a lot of those different things. And what we're looking at, law enforcement does the response.
School shooter? Is that what you're doing?
Not shooter, it's any type of hostile threat. And then the fire is doing the triage and medical response along with the EMS. We're working with transitioning that piece to the reunification center where we're reunifying the kid with the right parents. Because, sometimes there are some legal situations that are out there. People might try to exploit those. So we're trying to do training so that people understand how to operate and do these with the different school systems. And East Clinton is the first school that we're working on. Next year, we'll rotate it around and hit other schools. Say again?
Is that because it starts with a knee?
No, I started with Clinton Massey back in 2019 on these events and just happens to be the rotation.
So it's the rotation.
Right. Last year we did Blanchester, and there was a shooting that was outside when the school was being dismissed, and the students were at the buses, so we had players that were playing people that were injured. Law enforcement came out, they had their drone and they're doing some different things. And it was really a learning opportunity. Unfortunately, we didn't get the number of students we were hoping for because we wanted to have that confusion effect for law enforcement to be able to identify between someone who is needing assistance and someone who could be a threat.
Sounds pretty interesting,
Yeah.
really.
They're fun. We have, I get trophies out of my pocket, and it's the Best Over Actor Award, adult category, and student category. And those over actors, and those are voted on by the responders themselves. Because if you go out and you do this in a simulation, it doesn't add anything. When you start acting and kind of putting this realism in it, they now have to identify, what do I need to do here? What are the tactics that I need to apply? And it really makes the exercise better than walking up and reading a piece of paper going, there is a person trapped under the tire. We'll have someone with fake pants put on, leg cut out, their leg kind of tucked back, but that leg underneath the tire to where it looks like vehicle is pulled up on them. So now they have to go. Yeah, we try to, as much as we can.
Sounds pretty neat, really.
Yeah.
Well, and if you need help, Jerry and I have East Clinton covered.
And they're overactive.
Jerry is New Vienna. I'm Sabina, so we could put the word out. Is what I'm trying to say.
Tag team.
Put you both in as sophomores, you're saying?
No, I mean we could be in it, sure, but I'm just saying we might be able to get you some people. Jerry's got enough relatives; he could probably bring in enough kids.
I got enough exes I could. There for a minute, I thought I was being thrown under the bus tire.
Hey, you could. We'll
Are
be back.
animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization event or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
As well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report. News the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
All right.
And what was that word, 22, if you text
There's
it
no
to...
to 6310. Oh no, 69310.
How could you forget the first part?
Somebody's going to get all kinds of text messages.
69310. Put Tommy Tutu on there. There we go. That's what we want. Tommy Tutu. So this exercise is going to be sometime in August.
It's going to be in August. It's going to be, I think,
They might not have any teachers or principals left. I don't know.
Well, we
Or
do
coaches.
we do it before school starts. The challenge always is
that's a
when
little
you bring
joke.
your teachers. I saw some of the stuff that's out there. So everyone's having a hard time. It's just we're at a point in time where society likes to point out problems rather than trying to work
You
together
know
to fix
what?
them.
That is true. Yeah. I'm not even on the council yet, but they've, approved me to be on the council. So Rachel and I went around yesterday just looking what's some things maybe we could see to improve Sabina. And really, we were quite pleased. I mean, most everybody's taking care of stuff pretty good. The biggest thing I saw, though, was just leftover storm damage that the town, not that the town didn't take it, I doubt they even put it out for the town to take, because we'd see it like in the back of lots. And I think if they knew more about your program or were signed up, I think that'd be a great step in the right direction.
I try to push out on our social media as well as text again to that Prepare Now message group that if a jurisdiction has a debris pickup, and so far the only ones I've seen is Wilmington that announces this.
Sabina does.
So if Sabina does it and they announce it and they shoot me a copy of the letter, if they do it on just like their letterhead, whatever, I will amplify it because on my alert system, I've got
That's
about
just storm.
16,000 numbers.
It's just storm damage.
Yeah, just storm damage. But when you're doing woody debris, there's some different requirements. Some people will take, as is. Some of them like them cut in smaller lengths that are bundled up, easier for the workers to be able to handle. Because when you think about it, you're putting your employees out there to pick that stuff up. There's always the potential of them scratching, poking
Right.
themselves or something. And now they got to go to medical appointment, and that impacts the villages. So there's certain things they have to do that maybe some people who are a little more convenience-minded.
I've been putting some of my stuff out in the trash, and the trash has been taking it.
Woody debris. Because then you have construction debris, you have hazardous materials. There's seven different types. Yeah,
It's only woody.
woody debris.
I was thinking, I was surprised that Rumpke took.
Oh, they'll take it.
They'll take. Yeah, they took.
Did you bundle it up?
No, I just threw it all in my trash can though.
Oh yeah. Fits in the trash
Fix
can.
it up, right? You have that thing that it's automatic, right?
Yeah, unless you got someone back there that says, hey, you put some that you shouldn't,
Yeah, this is not woody.
it goes in and, yeah.
It used
they
to
deal
be,
with it.
I think, under 4 foot, and if you bundled it, they would take.
I don't bundle it. I just throw it in the trash can. And ours was like 5 and 6 foot. Some of it. Which I didn't realize that. Cause it seemed like to me years ago they wouldn't do that.
They didn't.
They didn't, did they? But
get
now they do.
We got a fire pit, so all that goes to good use in the fall.
Well, we got a fire pit too. But now, what about that though? Because I always see these things, you can't burn until like 6 o'clock at night or something.
You got to read it.
So what's it say?
So if you look at the EPA and if you actually go to our website, cc-ema.org.
Is that your department too? Burning?
Burning? No. That's EPA. All I do is I go out and I find
Charlie's
information.
favorite 3-letter agency.
Yeah, EPA.
So if you go to cc-ema.org, there's a search function at the top. Go up there and type in open burning or burning laws or whatever, and you'll see a blog story. You may have to change the type. It shows the attachment and the link to the EPA document that points out during those times when there's burning limitations, a 2 foot by 2 foot personal fire for camping or for your backyard and stuff, how that is exempt.
It is exempt. Okay.
2 foot by 2 foot. So if you're out there,
I tell you what I got. I got an old semi wheel ring. You know what I'm saying?
Semi-tire.
Well, it's not a tire,
Yeah.
but yeah, the wheel.
the rim.
The rim.
Is it? He said 2 by 2. Can it be a diameter?
It's what you're really looking at
That
is
would be
what
2
is the
by 2.
intent.
Right.
Someone's always going to say, hey, how can I ink a little bit more out of it? And then also what you're burning. So if you're burning trash, because some places they actually burn trash, their solids and stuff. Oh no, that's a ticket right there.
Win a Tommy Award. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. He did win. Jeff did win. He was at the one in Clinton, Massey, I believe. And
Is that the one that lost his leg?
No, that
No.
was a different one. That was Blanchester.
Oh, okay.
We hit every single
This
school.
was just an eye.
Okay. He's wearing glasses. I see that.
But there's information you can go down and you can read what the intent is. Now, some people, of course, they always trying to game the system.
Right.
That's a societal problem.
So who comes out and actually writes a ticket?
If someone calls and reports it, chances are it may come down to law enforcement because they're the only ones. I don't think fire has the ability to issue because it's not part of their fire inspections or falls under their bail.
So if it's a fire pit, I'm good then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the thing's only,
Yeah,
that big.
but again, go there, pull that out, print it, so that way if you have an issue with your neighbor
You got it right there.
and your
Look at
neighbor, you can go ahead, you can diffuse it beforehand. You can say, hey, listen, I know we've had some issues in the past. This may be something that's your special checkbox that you like to do because you follow all the rules. This is what it says. This is what I'm doing. I'm just letting you know. And then maybe it turns that off.
Right. Oh, no.
that. Shirk the law.
No. I wouldn't want to do that anyhow.
I try to stay in the fire pit, but I remember one time when I had a tree down, I got rid of everything that anybody wanted for firewood, but I had this terrible big pile of limbs, and
That's what I got to get
I don't
rid
know
of.
how, but it caught on fire somehow, and so. But I had every neighbor in my neighborhood was out there trying to see what that was. I bet that thing was 50 feet in the air, that
So do
flame
they ever
thing.
have where you can't burn anything at all because it's so dry? Do they ever issue any kind of emergency like that?
I'm sure there's probably a situation,
I know.
and it comes down to like drought conditions.
Yeah, when I lived over off of Gurneyville, further down 68, there used to be a guy that had a helicopter. I don't think he does this anymore. He had a helicopter, and he was the one that would fly around, and I think he also probably looked for gummies. But he was flying around looking for fires. People burn the stuff they weren't supposed to.
And
I don't know if he does it anymore.
And the Southwest Ohio Air Monitoring Air Quality Agency is the one that actually does a lot of that stuff in our area, Southwest Ohio. So if there's someone who's burning tires, certain things that they shouldn't,
Right.
law enforcement will partner with them because there may be something that law enforcement can't ticket, but they can provide their investigative information to that agency, who could then levy fines to them. And they do big ones because they're actually contracted or they're acting on behalf of the EPA.
I got a neighbor that burns trash all the time. You go out, you can't raise your windows up in your house. And I left my car outside and I rolled the windows down. I had it was sitting on the driveway. Went out there, and my car smelled like friggin' burnt trash. So I had to put an air freshener in it because he
A lot of
does.
people burn trash in their fireplace.
And
We don't burn any trash. We just got a bunch of limbs down because of all these daggone storms.
You burn those in your fireplace?
No, my fireplace is. I'd be afraid to burn anything because I'm sure the chimney's all probably.
I'm going.
Hadn't been cleaned.
What?
No,
How late's it supposed to start raining? Is it supposed to start raining today?
no, I think tomorrow. Tomorrow mid
I'm-
afternoon.
So Thursday and
I'm gonna
Friday,
fire
you've
up my
got
fire
rain,
pit
some
tonight.
left over on Saturday morning.
Because it's stacked up, and I'm trimming some limbs, so I'll have a fire in the fire pit tonight,
It's not a bad idea.
and we'll get me some hot dogs and.
Well, that's the other
Roast
thing
me
I
a
always
couple hot
heard. If you're
dogs.
cooking hot dogs, that
I had years ago. I had the cops stop at my house. We had a fire. We had a big fire pit. It wasn't a little one. We had a
Yeah.
big fire out behind where my shop's at now, and we were all out there. And, everybody was having a good time. A lot of them drinking beer, and we were having a good time. And cop shows up, and I don't know whether I was on council then or not. But anyway, cop shows up and starts talking about us having the fire and everything. And I said, hey, look, I said, why don't you just chill out, sit down, have a hot dog, everything's good. He did.
Bribed him with the wiener.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's one like that.
yeah, no doubt.
Do you have a final thought,
I
Charlie?
do, and it's from our Jefferson Davis, who died. Was born on this day, Or
Now-
born on yesterday. Yeah, born on yesterday.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, and I keep looking through some of these quotes, and I can't say them, but this one is pretty good. I think, well, because it has to do with slavery and stuff, you know. Never be haughty to the humble, or humble to the haughty.
What does haughty mean?
I think that's like well to do, you know, like I'm a little better than you.
Yeah.
Never be
Stuck up.
haughty.
What's the word of the day, Charlie?
The word of the day.
The word of the day is haughty.
No, I had the word of the day. Yeah, the haughty. There you go. Haughty's the word of the day. That works out great. We could claim both those today.
Arrogant, stuck up.
I got a late start this morning, guys. I do apologize. Tomorrow I will be ready with both barrels.
Tonight, around midnight, possibly.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're
All right,
fine.
everybody.
All right.
Sayonara, baby. Hasta la
See y'all.
vista.